Hi guys, so as promised, said to do a few videos of Mango's journey and how she's getting on and what have you. Go down. And I figured the best place to start would probably be on why we chose Mango, what I look for in a pup when we've bred them, and go from there. So we'd narrowed it down because we knew we wanted a bitch out of this litter. It was Beau's last litter, so we bred the litter with the intention of keeping a bitch back from the start. And then with this litter there was only 2 bitches in the litter anyway, so that kind of narrowed it down quite a lot for us. Personal preference, I'd rather have a slightly darker coloured bitch, whether that was a darker yellow or black. The other bitch, who's now called Custard, she was a fair bit lighter than Mango, so visually, just to look at as they were growing up, that was one thing that I was bearing in mind. But that's just personal preference, not something that really matters in the field as such. So then as they were growing up, I always look for the one that's kind of the first one to make the way out the whelping box, the first one to get stuck into food, the first one that's causing mischief. I always personally like the one that's getting up to no good, that's got a fair personality around it. I think with quite a few things, Mango was one of the first ones to explore and kind of have a look at the world. The next thing is, I don't pussyfoot around my pups too much. I let them, you know, explore, see things. So like you might have seen the other videos where I was doing a bit of pressure washing and what have you. And it's just seeing how they react, seeing whether they go to the back of the whelping box and they panic and they're all worried, or whether they sit there and just take it in and watch and don't really care, whether they want to come and explore. You know, when you drop a bowl in the kennel and it rattles, are they bothered about it? It's all things just to look for. I want a dog that's nice and confident, that's outgoing, and Mango just ticked all the boxes. And I've got a couple of little videos already where, you know, I mean, she's quite happy just in her own company, mulling about while I'm talking away. But she just ticked all those boxes for us, and a couple of other videos where I've just done little retrieves with her. And you know, it sounds like nothing interesting really, but if you look how deep this grass is, and you know, I can throw a tennis ball into this and she's going in and she's determined to find it. She wants to please, she wants to get a job done. You know, I'm not about making life easy for the pups, but you've always got to give them something that they can overcome. You don't want them to fail, but you do want them to overcome a little challenge. You know, if you're working your dogs on shoots that are quite hard ground, they've got to have that mentality where they're determined to go and get a result. So I'll go into the things that I look for when I put little challenges in a way in another video, so that this one isn't too long. But just her overall nature is nice and confident. She wants to be with me all the time. You know, I'm everything to her now. She's away from her mum. All but one of her little mates have gone, so we have lots of time, just me and her out in the field. As you can see, you know, she just wants to be with me and have fun. So that's kind of a very quick rundown of what I look for at the start, and why we picked her.